Welcome back to another episode of the American Power Hour. I'm your host, Nick Metcalf, and we have a phenomenal show planned here today. We'll be talking a little bit about the Super Bowl. I don't know if anybody saw that on Sunday. Today's Monday, February 9th. I'm running a little bit late today. I do apologize. I don't have any food here with me today. Just a few topics that we'll be talking about. I did a bunch of food reviews over the weekend, so a lot of food left in the fridge. Made some food yesterday for the game, so a lot of food to be eaten, and I figured I probably don't need to eat any Taco Bell or or McDonald's. So yeah, a little bit of crazy stuff happened at the Super Bowl yesterday. Couple weird commercials that we'll get into. A lot of AI. There was a lot of AI. What's up, Ravioli? How you doing today? No food here today. I'm running a little bit late, and I did a bunch of reviews over the weekend. So a lot of food in the fridge. We'll be talking about the Super Bowl. Did anybody see? I know, no Taco Bell. I was so close to ordering it too. I was like that close, and I was like, I have so much food in the fridge that has to be eaten, and I hate wasting food. So the last thing I wanted to do was order food just for the show, and then be in a situation where there's not enough or too much food in the fridge. So, did you guys see the AI ads that were in the Super Bowl? How you doing today, Christy? Hope you're doing well on this Monday afternoon. I do apologize for being late once again. There were quite a few AI ads. Not only were there advertisements for AI programs, but there were also advertisements that were completely made up of AI. AI people, AI voices. Christy said didn't watch the whole thing, but definitely saw some of the AI ads. So odd. Yeah, we'll play them. We'll play them here today. Let's jump right into it. This one right here is the first one that we'll take a look at. This is an advertisement. I believe it's by Dunkin' Donuts. And the whole thing was real actors, but they were younger. Like, it was super, what do they call it? Uncanny Valley, like robot looking esque. And it's like it was like a mind fuck, if you will, because these actors, you've seen them before, but now you're seeing them like as if they were in the 1990s or something. Let's play this clip here, because we'll play this ad. It's a little weird.
Before the movie, a much better version of Good Will Hunting was made as a sitcom with a real genius in the lead and some other actors.
Hey, Will! Did you arrange the munchkins in the Fibonacci sequence? I got a genius working for me.
He's such a genius, then why'd he put ice in his coffee, huh?
Come on, Chucky, I'm just Will Hunting. I'm not a genius.
I will marry the first man that can help me with the Fibonacci sequence.
How you doing?
Smooth.
Don't you have a girlfriend? We're on a break! I don't need her. I still get everything I need right here at Dunkin'.
Hey, kid, if you're still single doing this Boston shtick and working for Dunkin' when you're 50, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Isn't that your girlfriend?
You like donuts?
Yeah.
Well, this is my new boyfriend. How you like these nuts?
I'm Tom.
So that was AI. In case you guys didn't know, those are real actors. Christy said, "Why would that make me want to go buy Dunkin'?" LOL. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Why would that ever make me want to go to Dunkin' Donuts? It's one of those ads where you're like, "Oh, I know that person. I know that person," but it doesn't really make you say, "Oh, I want to go to Dunkin' Donuts." After that, just a little weird to me personally. A lot of people talk about AI slop and AI is ruining society. and AI will never be adopted by true, real artists. It does. I don't think people really care that much. I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm a little weirded out, but if Dunkin' Donuts and all these massive corporations and companies are using AI to create their ads because it saves them money and it makes sense financially, one would have to assume that AI is the future and here to stay. It's only going to get better too, by the way. It was a little weird seeing that advertisement because you know that those people aren't that age, but like you're trying to put two and two. It's a little weird. I think it'll get better in time, but it is a little weird to see. There was also another advertisement here. Let me see. There were a couple different advertisements that clearly used AI. And there was another ad here that was a little weird. It was the Ring Cam. I don't know if you guys know what Ring camera is. It's like the doorbell. Like it's a camera that you put for your doorbell. And, you press it and it's a doorbell, but it's also a camera. And this gives people a sense of security, right? Because you can see who's at your door. But also we found out yesterday that these Ring cameras have facial recognition and they can literally find you no matter where you are. The advertisement was they didn't say that exactly, but they said, hey, if you're missing your dog, you can just upload a photo to the Ring app and we'll be able to find your dog using facial recognition on our Ring cameras. Let's go ahead and bring up this clip here, this commercial. Let's bring up this commercial here. Because like I said, they kind of like sneak it in the back door. They kind of tell us in like a very sneaky manner that, hey, we're watching literally everything and we know exactly who everyone is, including your dogs. We know who your dogs are as well. Let's go ahead and play this clip here.
Hello. Pets are family. But every year, 10 million go missing. And the way we look for them hasn't changed in years. Until now. One post of a dog's photo in the Ring app starts outdoor cameras looking for a match. Search Party from Ring uses AI to help families find lost dogs. Since launch, more than a dog a day has been reunited with their family. Be a hero in your neighborhood with Search Party. Available to everyone for free right now. Join the neighborhood at ring.com.
Yeah. So they are essentially they did say that we're using AI facial recognition technology in your Ring doorbell camera. I don't have a Ring doorbell camera. It sounded like a good idea to get a Ring doorbell camera. I was genuinely thinking about getting one until I saw this commercial. Once I saw this Ring doorbell commercial, I was like, oh, why would I ever want that? Why would I want something that knows exactly who I am, where I am, and can scan basically the entire neighborhood? It sounds almost like the drone AI surveillance grid that we were talking about literally a couple weeks ago. And it's kind of being snuck in the back door. Texas Holden says, your phone does it every day, brother. Oh, yeah. I was telling my buddy about that the other day. How basically anyone can access your Wi-Fi router and they can see whatever websites you've been on. And they can also access your phone camera from different dates and different times, whether or not you had the camera on, which is it feels a little invasive. And like I said, this Ring doorbell camera commercial, they make it seem like this wholesome, you can find your dog using our AI facial recognition technology, but you can also find Pedro or Joel or Dave. What's up, Ace? PBM, how you doing today? Nice to have you here on Monday, February 9th. Christy said that's why we never used baby monitors that connect to Wi-Fi. That's smart. I didn't even think about that. That really does make a lot of sense, though. And it seems as though that these objects are being introduced into our society as just like a protective security blanket, and then they're backdooring this AI facial recognition into every piece of technology that we have, which it's something, I guess all we can do is be aware that it's happening. Texas Holden said, "We are cooked." Probably. Yeah, probably. Christy said, "I've seen videos of people hacking baby monitors and whispering to the kids. It's awful. It's disgusting. It's truly, truly disgusting." And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I used to watch the Super Bowl, and I used to enjoy the advertisements that would be on in between, in between the whistles. There'd be like these awesome commercials. They'd be like creative and funny sometimes, pulling on heartstrings. And they were just like awesome. They were fun to watch. And yesterday we were watching the Super Bowl, and me and Megan were like, half these ads we've already seen on like YouTube. Like a pre-roll YouTube video for like Toyota or what was the other one? The Claude AI tool. I mean, there were a bunch of ads for the Claude AI that were just, in my opinion, horrible advertisements. There was one good one for an AI tool, and it was oh my gosh, it was somebody using it to like figure out how to do something, and the AI was telling it, "Oh, you can do it like this, you can do it like that." It was a woman. It was the commercial. The exact commercial was a woman with her child, and the kid, and they were moving. And the kid was like, "Well, what's my bedroom going to look like in our new house?" And so the woman took a photo of the kid's bedroom, and she had a photo of the new bedroom in that new house that was empty. So she was able to tell the AI to put all those objects into this new room, and it was a very useful. It was like, oh, that's a productivity, useful way to present your AI tool. I thought that the Claude AI advertisements, where they would ask the AI, like it was a personal trainer, like an actual personal trainer person next to somebody, and somebody would ask the personal trainer, like, "Hey, how do I get bigger biceps?" And the personal trainer would speak in this robotic manner to signify that the person's actually talking to an AI bot, and the person would be like, "Oh, to get bigger biceps, you're gonna do curls, and you're gonna do hammer curls. And if you would like 30% off your order on Gymshark, use code blankety blank." And like the commercial would end, and it would be like, "Oh, some AIs shouldn't have ads in it." And it's like, dude, that's not making me want to download Claude. Christy said there was a Gemini one where the guy basically told everyone to take the day off because Gemini could finish their tasks. Horrible idea. If AI can do your entire job for you, your employment isn't necessary anymore. Yes, I do remember that one. Wasn't it the guy from The Office? I believe it was the guy from The Office, and they had him in an office space to film. Excuse me. And he was like, "Oh, I don't have time to do X, Y, and Z. I got to finish these reports or whatever." And then all of a sudden, there's this AI tool or whatever it is, and the tool is doing the work, and then the tool is doing other things, and this guy's like kicking back in the office, like drinking beers or something, like just chilling. And it's like, oh, so you're saying that AI can take the job of that person and also all these other people at the same time? Christy said he just pressed one button and the employee's entire spreadsheet was done and the employee left. That's a horrible idea, said Christy. Sir Ivanio, how you doing today? Said, to be fair, the Ring ad didn't specifically say anything about facial recognition, albeit sure the tech is there. Well, how are they going to know if you upload a photo of your dog into the Ring app? How are they going to know that it's your dog that the people are looking for? they can search the database within their Ring camera app and see, oh, is that dog on any other Ring cameras? And how do you make that connection? It's because the Ring camera knows exactly what it's looking at, which is facial recognition. All facial recognition is the ability to be able to tell exactly what you're looking at. So that's what that is. Because how else would you be able to find the dog by merely just uploading a photo into the app? The app has to know exactly what that dog looks like, and then it can access the database of all the Ring cameras that people have and match that face on the dog, its size, its potential weight, its hair, to its database. And it's a recognition thing. It's facial, whatever words you want to call it. It's able to recognize the dog. So if it can recognize a dog, let's make a jump here. If you can facially recognize a dog, then it's going to also be able to recognize a human. Sir Ivanio said size, color, etc., but to think it's doing the same with human faces and Ring is storing it, it is on the verge of paranoia. Not, like I said, how would it know what that dog is if it's not reading all the parameters of that dog? It has to read all the parameters of that dog. So if it can read all the parameters of the dog, don't you think that it can read all the parameters of a human? Or do you think that they would never do that to humans? Only for dogs. Is that what you're saying? Texas Holden said, why do you think they do Face ID on phones? Yes, exactly. Christy said, according to Google, there are patents in motion to where police will eventually be able to use facial recognition on doorbell cameras to locate criminals. Exactly. It just makes sense. Like, if you understand what facial recognition is and how they're able to take a photo of a dog and literally search the entire database of Ring doorbell cameras, you understand that, oh, they're using some sort of facial recognition AI tools. Sir Ivanio said, well, I don't plan on being a criminal, so good. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, is like, do you want to live in a police state where there's cameras everywhere at every moment of every time? And you can argue it's already happening. It's already like that. And you can argue that it's for our security and it's for our safety. Or you could argue the other side where it's like, hey, it's a little invasive. It kind of violates our human right to privacy. Christy said, I figured, according to Google, it just isn't a confirmed method. It's just in testing, quote unquote. Yes, of course. That's where I'm at. That's where I would hope that as a society we are collectively at, understanding that if they're using that technology for a dog, therefore they can do that with a human. That's not like a crazy, jump to make there. Christy said, we definitely don't do it yet. Yes, of course. We're definitely not doing it yet. So yeah, I mean, like we talked about a couple weeks ago with the drones, with the drone technology. They already have the Ring doorbell cameras. We tested drones out last year in New York City, Connecticut. Dude, let me see if I can't. I don't know if I'll be able to pull this up. Damn. I don't have. Let me see if I have the photo. I might have the photo that I took literally of the drones in Connecticut. Damn, I don't think I have it here on the computer because it's from before I got this computer. So it didn't sync. I had sent the photo to my cousin Rob because my cousin Rob was very interested in it. He's an engineer and he knows exactly what it takes to be able to do something like that. And he was like all in on the drone thing. He was like genuinely pretty concerned about it. He works for the government in helping the shorelines along the East Coast. I'll just say that. But yeah, so I sent him the photos. I don't have it on my computer, like I said. It's on my phone, which is I'm using to record. But I'll make sure for next show that I transfer the photos that I took of the drones to my computer, just so I can show you guys. Some people don't think that it was real or that it happened. It's like, dude, I was outside and you can literally hear the drones, and I have photos of the drones. So I'll show you guys that next time. Like I said, I'm gonna have to transfer it from my phone to the computer, but we can move on here. Let's talk about Bad Bunny. Oh, shout out to Christy for the hydrate. I almost forgot. Good old H2O. Replaced the filter on my Brita the other day. That was a week overdue. And my gosh, does it make a difference? Go from drinking sink water to slightly better sink water. Makes all the difference in the world. All right, so let's take a look. If you didn't see the Super Bowl halftime show yesterday, let's take a look here at the Bad Bunny performance. And I thought it was... Here's the thing. I don't want to say the performance was horrible. I don't think Bad Bunny is a talented singer. And we're gonna dive into it right now. Let me pull up the clip here. I knew nothing about Bad Bunny going into... I knew nothing about Bad Bunny going into the Super Bowl. I was excited to watch this presentation of music. And let's check out the clip here. Here's Bad Bunny. This is just a small clip, 20 seconds, okay? And here's the thing. There's people probably going to be thinking like, oh, you didn't like the performance because you couldn't understand the words that were being said. No. I didn't like the performance because I think Bad Bunny isn't very talented, musically speaking. Let's take a look here at the clip. All right, that to me was like nails on a chalkboard, basically. That to me is like the Lil Uzi Vert of Puerto Rico. Again, I'm coming at this from the perspective of music and how it sounds in my ears. I am putting to the side the whole, oh, if you don't speak English, you shouldn't be able to perform at the Super Bowl. Let's just put that in a neat little box over there. Let's talk about the Super Bowl halftime show and what it means to be a musician performing there. To me, music should sound good in my ears. And for me personally, that didn't sound good. It almost made my ears bleed, and it has nothing to do with him being Puerto Rican or speaking a different language. And I'll tell you what right now, the moment that Ricky Martin came on screen and I heard those pipes, dude, I looked at Megan and I go, that's talent. And he was speaking in a different, I didn't know what he was saying. It was in a different language. But the way in which he can sing, the talent level compared to Bad Bunny, it's like trying to compare like, I don't even know, dude. Like Whitney Houston to Lil Uzi Vert. There is no comparison when it comes, in my opinion, when it comes to the ability to make actual music. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Ricky Martin performance, which is the same amount of time, I think, as that last clip. The last clip was 20 seconds. This is 20 seconds. And let's take a look at this side-by-side comparison of, oh gosh. Oh my gosh. You're gonna hear this. We're gonna play them both back to back instantly. We'll do Bad Bunny and then Ricky Martin. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Who do you think has more talent? Who do you think is a more rounded musician? And again, this has nothing to do with, the production side of the Super Bowl or the political thing that's going on with it. This is putting all that to the side. This is merely just talent. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the talent disparity between these two. I don't even want to call Bad Bunny a musician, but two musicians. Nails on a chalkboard to me. Now let's go to a real talent. Let's go to a real talent now.
Quieren quitarme el río y también la playa, quieren el barrio mío y que abuelita se vaya. No, no, suelte la bandera ni olvide el Lelolai, que no quiero que hagan contigo lo que le pasó a Hawái. No, no, suelte la bandera ni olvide el Lelolai, que no quiero que hagan contigo. Quieren.
That's what talent sounds like. That was incredible. And I couldn't believe it last night at the show. I was like, this guy should be performing. This is talent. You can hear the pipes on that guy. That guy has a voice, dude. Literally, this was a matter of Ricky Martin having pure and utter talent, and then you have Bad Bunny down here. I don't know what the deal is with this Bad Bunny guy, but he's basically Lil Uzi Vert of Puerto Rico trying to match up with like Whitney Houston. There is no comparison between those two artists in my mind. You can like Bad Bunny for all I care. It's not my cup of tea. Like I said, some people love Lil Uzi Vert. Not my cup of tea. There's a couple songs that I would play like in a gym setting or something. But would you have Lil Uzi Vert performing at a Super Bowl over like a Whitney Houston type of character? So yeah, let me check the chat here. Let's see here. Let's see what you guys are saying. Turbo Mosiak says, "What do you know about music?" Well, I know what sounds good in my ears. So Texas Holden said Metallica would never play at a halftime show for soccer. Michael Hartson says, makes sense, and I agree with you. Sir Ivanios says, I mean, he has a massive following, so from the NFL's perspective, it gets more eyes on the game, which is more money. Yeah, of course, you can take that aspect. Texas Holden says, bro sucks. Christy said, from my understanding, Bad Bunny makes twerking in the club type music. I may be completely off, but that's all I see on TikTok. I think so. I think it sounds like it to me. Like I said, he sounds like a Lil Uzi Vert type of character where you can have a massive following and your music can be played in clubs and, a lot of people may love you. But I don't know if I would necessarily call Lil Uzi Vert the most talented singer or musical artist in the world, especially when you have somebody next to you like that, like a Ricky Martin type guy, where the dude can sing straight up, man. That's talent to me. Texas Holden said, I just don't understand a non-English speaking show with 98% of the viewers are English speaking. Yeah, that's fair. Sir Ivanio said music is music. You don't have to understand it lyrically to enjoy it. Yeah, no, I didn't understand Ricky Martin lyrically, and I didn't understand Bad Bunny lyrically. But when you're talking about talented singers, Bad Bunny is not a talented singer. Ricky Martin clearly was the more talented singer in that moment, especially. And you can say, oh, well, Bad Bunny has more followers on social media. Of course you could say that. Christie said, I overall thought the halftime show was put together well, and the message he was trying to portray was there. It just wouldn't be what I personally would search out, and that's okay. Yeah, the production, I thought the production was good. The moment when he falls through the roof of the building, I thought that was kind of cheesy because it's like, okay, obviously this was filmed like way before the actual event. But the actual production, all the people wearing the grass outfits and like the little store that they built, I thought that stuff was cool, to be honest. Texas Holden said, bro, we watch sports to get away from politics. Yeah, and that kind of like I said, like, in my opinion, I would rather have a more talented singer out there than somebody who has maybe a massive following. And that's just me, having my old man take. Sir Ivanio said, I don't think anything was political about the halftime show. Well, nothing was political in the halftime show when it comes to the actual production of it. But the actual choosing of the individual is probably where people would say that it's a little bit politicized. Quirk SR20 said, even if you don't like it, the message was the most important. We need more love and less hate in this crazy world. And I don't know a lick of Spanish. I didn't know what the message was. Like, I didn't know what the message was of the halftime show. Can you enlighten me on what the message was? Because I don't speak Spanish, so, unity. What did he say that was... Was he speaking? Or, what was the message? I have no idea what the message of the halftime show. I didn't understand the message because he was speaking in a different language. So like I said, if somebody speaks Spanish that can tell me what the message was and how it was portrayed. How was the message portrayed is the question I'm asking, I guess. Christie said, I think TPUSA, we're having a real American show is where the political shit came in. Yeah. I didn't... there's a lot of people out there being like, oh, like trying to like compare the numbers of like the two halftime shows. And I'm not into that. I don't, Turning Point USA is like a religious, political thing, and football is a sport. So, I didn't really think the two were compared. Christy said the board at the end said the only thing more powerful than hate is love. And the football said, together we are America. Ah, okay. Quick SR20 said, sorry, Nick, couldn't hear your response. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, so, the ad. Okay, I got you. Yeah, sub up. Yeah, so I guess that the board at the end said the only thing more powerful. That's kind of like a no-brainer type of thing. That's like if somebody says like, "Hey, peace and love." Is that like an important message to be shared? Yeah, it's also, I think, kind of like a common sense type thing. I don't think that really needs to be said, in my opinion. Like, is it like a love is love thing? Love is good? Was that the message is love is good? Love is better than hate. If that was the message, love is better than hate. Does that need to be said? Is that really that powerful of a statement? Quirk SR20 says definitely common sense, but some people didn't know Puerto Ricans were Americans. LOL. Yeah, I mean, I would just say that that's just a low IQ thing. You know, if you didn't know that Puerto Rico was a part of America, you know, some people don't think we went to the moon. So, like, would an important message be like we went to the moon? I don't know. Christy said, I think it's that a lot of people were coming into this yelling about Bad Bunny hates America. So him showing that kind of proved them wrong. Christy said, some people these days, you got to spell it out for them. Yeah, I guess Bad Bunny, I don't know. Yeah, he hates America. I didn't hear that one. I don't know if he would live. If he hated America, why would he live here? You know? Doesn't he live in Los Angeles? Didn't America give him all these opportunities? I don't know why I don't think he hates America. Maybe just because he has like opinions on ICE or something, people think that he hates America, but like I said, some people are just not the brightest bulb in the box here. Christy said, and it's being shared everywhere by people that believe it. Oh, the burning the flag. Oh, yeah, that's AI. Yeah, they made AI photos of him wearing dresses. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad when people can't. Like I said on the show on Friday, you know, people see stuff in the Epstein files or pictures that people post of Jeffrey Epstein being alive in Tel Aviv, like playing Fortnite, and they're like, oh my gosh, Jeffrey Epstein is alive in Tel Aviv playing Fortnite. And it's like, yeah, I don't know if I could talk to you anymore, to be honest. You know, like if you didn't know that was AI. And the more concerning part is sharing it without checking it because it supports your belief. It supports your bias. So you automatically share it without critically thinking about it because it pulls on your emotional heartstrings. And it goes for both sides of things, you know. Like I said, the Epstein shit, the AI photo of Bad Bunny burning an American flag. You know, people are willing to believe anything they see online nowadays. So it's tough. You know, let's go ahead and take a look at this video here. And like I said, I knew who Bad Bunny was. I had never heard any of his music or anything. That's why I was looking forward to seeing him performing live at the Super Bowl. I did see this video, and I do believe that this is a real video because there's so many people being interviewed. So many NFL players that played in the Super Bowl were being interviewed and being asked, like, what's your favorite Bad Bunny song? You know, like, are you excited for Bad Bunny to perform? And let's take a look at this clip real quick, and then we'll talk a little bit about it here. Here we go.
What's your favorite Bad Bunny song?
I already got one. Sorry about that.
I don't know who that is.
I never heard of Bad Bunny.
I don't know who that is.
He's performing at halftime.
But yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't know no Bad Bunny song.
Do you think they made a mistake?
I believe so. I ain't never heard of bro till now.
I don't have one.
I don't listen to him.
I don't know any song.
Oh, what the heck's it called? I blanked out the name.
I don't think I have one.
I don't know Bad Bunny song. That's a tough one. I don't have one. I don't really listen to that, but I can't lie. I really do not know any. I haven't listened to any songs.
I don't know any, to keep it G.
I just tuned into Bad Bunny this morning because is it DTMF?
DTM2. Like your second favorite. I don't think I can name it.
I like Titi Mi Pregunto, Seda, and Moscow Mule.
What is it, Monaco?
The one with Cardi B. I can't remember the name. I don't really listen to Bad Bunny, bro. It's the one that goes, ooh, boy, boy, boy. Yeah. That's all I know, though. That's because Drewski be singing it. I know the words or like the name of it. I never heard of Bad
just
Bunny.
say this, La Camiseta.
La Camiseta. Yeah, there we go. That's
La
my favorite.
Camiseta?
La Camiseta.
Okay, that means t-shirt in Spanish.
So when like I said, when I first heard about Bad Bunny being the Super Bowl halftime show, I was like, I don't know who that is. I'm assuming that they're going to have a large following of people and a lot of followers on the gram and on TikTok or whatever it may be. But I in my head, I was like, maybe I'm just like this dumb idiot that doesn't know anything about that world. But it turns out there's a bunch of other dumb idiots too, so it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. And these are the dumb idiots that played in the Super Bowl. You know, like we have the Super Bowl halftime show because of the Super Bowl, and the people that are playing in the Super Bowl, those were just small clips. Maybe they were taken out of context or something, but it didn't really seem like the reason why we have the Super Bowl. Didn't seem like those people really knew the songs from Bad Bunny. So this goes back to Bad Bunny just having a large following of people. Christy said, I literally talked to my mom about it today, and she said, oh, I had no idea that was AI. Yep, we are cooked. We are cooked as a society, to be honest. There was a couple of other things. Bad Bunny. There is this video of Bad Bunny hanging out with the Diddler. We could check this video out. I don't really have much to say about this video, but it's just a little thing that I didn't know. I didn't know that P. Diddy was boys with Bad Bunny. Quick SR20 said it will get worse too, because when it's real and something bad, they will claim it's AI. Yes, exactly. Which Diddler, said Sir Evanio. There's a lot these days. This is Bad Bunny hanging out with the Diddler that starts with the P. Starts with the P and ends with the baby oil. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video. Like I said, this is just like I saw this on Twitter, and I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. It doesn't mean anything because there's not much context around this video. But I just thought it was kind of interesting.
Salud. Pre-game. Dímelo, Chichi.
So yeah, I mean that was basically nothing, but I was like, huh, that's probably nothing, but it's something, hanging out with P. Diddy, and that looked like it was from, maybe that was like 2020, 2019. Dude, how long has Bad Bunny been around for? I genuinely don't know. He looks much different there in that video than he did at the Grammys. That's a 2008 cell phone camera, said Sir Evanio. Hey, shout out to Quick SR20 for the sub. I appreciate you. Dude, the Diddler, the old Diddler. Like I said, I'm not saying anything happened here, but who knows? Who knows what happened? There's also like these weird allegations with the CEO of the record company that let me read this before I say something stupid. Sexual allegations against his employee. So one of his employees, there were sexual allegations against. Hernandez was denounced as part of the campaign #Ni Una Mas in Puerto Rico, where party promoters and university professors were also accused of pedophilia, sexual assault, and abuse. So again, this doesn't mean anything, but it is a little strange. When was this? This was in 2020. So this was in 2020. He must have already been big in 2020. Hey Alexa, does anybody involved in Bad Bunny's company have or had any ties to El Chavez?
There's no evidence of ties between Bad Bunny's company and El Chapo. However, Bad Bunny's label Remus Entertainment faced controversy over alleged Venezuelan government funding. Would you like to know more about Bad Bunny's music career?
No.
All right, Nick.
So it was Venezuela. Again, I don't know if there's anything to any of this. I don't think that there is. I think it's just a few coincidences, maybe being mixed up in the wrong people. But yeah, the president of Bad Bunny's company worked with the dictator of Venezuela. I believe it was in like 2009, I want to say. And again, I don't think that there's anything to look into with that. It's just a piece of information, and you can do with it what you will. Let me see. Sir Ivanio said, Wiki says Bad Bunny started music in 2013. Yes, he started making the music after that man worked with the government of Venezuela. So, and then he kind of, again, I don't think this is anything but government ties, P. Diddy ties, Jay-Z ties. Don't think that there's a correlation between them, but it is interesting. It's interesting. It's something to just keep on the back burner, you know, for me personally. So let's take another look here. So we covered the Bad Bunny stuff. We covered the AI commercials. We did talk about the voter ID thing. I think it was on Friday's show. We talked about the voter ID and why it seems to make sense. The majority of Americans, like 80% of Americans, are for voter ID. And there's this clip going viral right now of Kamala Harris defending having no voter ID. This is her reasoning for why there should be no ID involved when it comes to voting in the election.
Is agreeing to voter ID one of those compromises that you'd support? I don't think that we should underestimate what that could mean. Because in some people's mind, that means, well, you're going to have to Xerox or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove you are who you are. Well, there are a whole lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't. There's no Kinko's, there's no Office Max near them. People have to understand that when we're talking about voter ID laws, be clear about who you have in mind and what would be required of them to prove who they are. Of course, people have to prove who they are. but not in a way that makes it almost impossible for them to prove who they are.
Is agreeing to vote.
So let me check the chat here real quick. That was Kamala Harris talking about how Sir Ivanio said, well, they're trying to pass a bill that requires birth certificates to match ID cards, so my wife couldn't vote because she took my last name. That's why it's hitting roadblocks. What? I'm sorry, what? Are you saying that this new bill would make it so that every single married woman who took their partner's last name would no longer be able to vote? Is that what you're saying? Because that sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. Is that true? It doesn't sound like it would be true. I'm just going to be honest. That doesn't sound like that's a real thing. Let me try to look this up real quick. Trying to pass a bill that requires birth certificates. Oh, shit. I pinned it, but that's okay. That sounds insane. That sounds like a conspiracy theory. I'm going to be honest with you. But let's check on it. The SAVE Act. Let's go ahead and do a little screen share here, talking about the SAVE Act. Hold on. Citizenship is a requirement to vote, but sometimes non-citizens vote. That's what this says. Citizenship is a requirement to vote, and non-citizens vote. How is that a sentence, dude? How is that a real sentence? It's not. It can't be both. It can't be both things. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Maybe I'm the dumb one. Citizenship is a requirement to vote, but sometimes non-citizens vote. I gotta check the chat here. Yeah, I don't think that's real, dude. Many eligible citizens don't have documents, proof of citizenship. Why not? Why not? What does it say here? Examples of primary citizenship include birth certificate, U.S. passport. There's like numerous things to prove being a citizen. Not all voters have them readily available. That would be like me going to the DMV and them asking me for information such as like insurance for my vehicle, and I go, I don't have it readily available. How do you think that would go over at the DMV? Here we go. Additionally, birth certificates often lack information that matches a person's current identity. For instance, someone who has changed their name through marriage or court may need to present a third document, such as a marriage certificate. So you just need a marriage certificate. Who said this in the chat? Sir Ivanio? You said, so my wife couldn't vote because she took my last name. That's a lie, dude. She could vote, actually. She just needs to have a marriage certificate to join their proof of citizenship. So do you not have a marriage certificate? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand the difficulty like providing a document. I don't understand. And over 80% of America also doesn't understand that. There's only like a very small percentage of America, according to CNN's data and study, it's about 18 to 19% of people don't want voter IDs. I'm not seeing any real reasons as to why there should be zero voter IDs. In that video, Kamala Harris talks about the people who live like on farms and like blue collar workers not having access to a Kinko's, dude. An Office Depot. She says there's no Office Depot out in the country land. I have a sneaking suspicion she isn't worried about those voters. I don't think she's worried about the blue-collar farmer workers that live in the country being able to have access to a Kinko's to vote. I have a sneaking suspicion it's for other reasons, which we talked about last episode. Very strange. Very, very strange to me. So yeah, Sir Ivanio, I think your wife is going to be able to vote as long as you were married and you have the marriage certificate. That's something like Megan. We're getting married in October, and she's a PA, and she has a PA license. So like, she's gonna have to change her license to her new last name. That seems like a logical thing to do, right? Again, if anyone has any insights as to why there should be zero voter ID, I would love to hear it. Because it seems like, to me, that would be the easiest way to have fake votes. The easiest way to sneak fake votes under the table is to say we can't have any voter IDs. If you guys miss any parts of the lives, these are posted on the American Power Hour YouTube, Facebook, and the Rumble. So help your boy out. Go subscribe to the YouTube. We're doing really well, man. I don't have the exact numbers here, but yeah, we're almost at 250 followers here on Twitch. We have like 850 on Facebook, dude. We have over 1,000 followers for the American Power Hour. And I just want to say thank you guys so much. I love doing this shit because I'm trying to learn as well as come to some sense of sanity in this crazy world. With AI, with all the political shit going on, and the state of social media. It's a crazy world out there, but I just want to say thank you guys for being here. Quick SR20 said that's awesome. It takes time, but that's great. Yeah. Takes time, and it's good that it takes time because I could be, like I said, I could be doing this on other platforms and having a bunch more people watching, but I'm not there yet. I don't think that I deserve that yet. So we're just growing this thing grassroots, baby. So I just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat today. Christy, Quick SR20, Michael Hartz, and Sir Ivanio, Texas Holden. Ace, shout out to Ace, shout out to Dave, shout out to Ravioli, man. I promise you guys I will have food here on Wednesday. I'll probably be ordering either McDonald's new hot honey items or the Taco Bell new chicken. I haven't tried the chicken yet from the Taco Bell, the chicken tenders or nuggets or whatever. I want to try them. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Today is Monday. I will be live Wednesday and most likely Friday as well. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Peace out.